Hi everyone and welcome to Music Tech Info. Hope everyone is doing well. So today I'm on my iPad and I thought we'd take a quick look at this new AI tool called Cassette AI. Now it's quite similar to Suno. I wouldn't say it's advanced as Suno, but what I would say is it could be better at instrumentals than what some of the other generators are, including Suno. So you go to cassetteai.com first of all. Now there is a screaming baby in the background in another room because I'm currently in a hotel, but hopefully you can't hear it, but I certainly can. So anyway, this is all about your co-pilot for AI music generation. Now they're calling it cutting edge AI technology using the latest latent diffusion models, making music production, customizing it and listening available to everyone. Creating music is now as simple as just writing a prompt. So music created by Cassette AI. Check out some samples generated by Cassette's beta users using a prompt input to create music. These samples have not been modified or edited afterwards. So it's music creation for everyone, from beginners to professionals. And this does offer, in terms of utility, quite a lot. So you've got real time using advanced machine learning algorithms. It understands what genres are, styles, trends, that kind of thing. And you've got a very easy to use interface where you can change the mood, the length, instrumentation. It can generate a complete track from scratch. There's also privacy allowed, royalty-free music, so there's no ownership from the company over the music that we create. Because it's generated by AI, you don't have to worry about copyright issues or sharing ownership. It uses a machine learning model based on diffusion that can imagine music using the test description that you provide to it. And there's no limitations, but obviously there's a free model and a subscription type thing. So we'll go into that in a second. So let's click on Launch Cassette. Now this is the welcome screen that you get. Now I will just quickly log in because that is something that you do need to do. So you can sign up with Google, you can sign up with Apple, or you can also sign up with an email as well. Now, there is limited kind of creations that you're allowed to do. For example, it says at the top there, 2 creations this month. And this gives us an example prompt. So, and what you can do, you can use some of the pluses at the bottom to actually help kind of build that prompt. That's quite useful. There is the possibility of uploading a video here on Cassette AI. It'll analyze that video. It has to be shorter than 2 minutes and less than 25 meg. Has to be an MP4 or MOV format, and it'll actually try and create the music based from that video, which is quite interesting. Again, at the top, what you can see above 2 creations this month, you can see music and you can also see sound effects. So that is something else that this diffusion model can create, is actually, various different sound effects, which I thought was really cool. Now, if I have a look at the left menu bar, you've got an upgrade button here. Now, this is very cheap, being completely honest. This is $4 a month, and it'll give you 500 creations every month. You're able to save and export those creations. You're able to use that music or sound effects commercially if you want to. They've also got stem separation, which can be really helpful if you're a producer. Now, there are AI tools that will extract stems out for you, such as La La La. And I know I've done some videos about that previously on the channel. But, this will actually do that all for you. So this is all kind of in-house using the same platform. So it's just where you can individual stem out the drums and pianos, that kind of thing. Now, if you do upgrade, you can have 5 minutes duration of a track, which is really long. I don't think I've seen that before in other generation models for music. So having 5 minutes duration is really cool. And you get faster loading times as well. Now, once you've made your creation, you're also able to mix and edit as well. You can explore, such as global cassettes. This gives you a bit of an idea of some of the stuff that has been created before by other users. So I've just loaded up that prompt. Can you see all at the top? Now, if I click on drums, then it asks you that you need to upgrade to be able to do that. But that is something that you are able to do. Let's try this one. Create a modern EDM track characterised with deep bass lines and strong catchy melody. So this one's 20 seconds as an example. And you can export it, you can mix and edit, you can share it, and you can create a variation, which is a bit like a remix. So let me press play. Okay, well, it's got EDM pretty good. I'd say it's fairly simplistic in its approach. Let's have a listen to hip hop, which is something that I have been looking at doing myself recently. Oh, it's actually doing it. Okay, yeah, because I didn't go to explore, I went to create. So it's actually trying to do that now as we speak. So the prompt is compose a hip hop track with a tempo of 120 beats per minute, featuring prominent 808 bass sounds and a trap-influenced hi-hat rhythm, complemented by a sharp piccolo snare drum. And you can see the visual components here is that it is actually building that track out now in the background. Now, it took quite a few minutes to actually do that, about 3 minutes to produce a 2-minute video. Obviously, it depends on the server, that kind of thing, connectivity. I haven't got the best connectivity where I am at the moment. But let's take a listen, shall we? Interesting start. Okay, so we've got the piccolo snare drum, but I wouldn't call it a proper built-out song yet. So there's a lot of silence in here. Okay, let's skip a little bit. Okay, not the best, being completely honest. However, what I would say, like myself, if you're a producer and you subscribe to this, then you'll be able to extract out the best parts and splice it, etc. And then you could build a song out of that. And, you know, then it will be copyright free. So I do think there is a lot of advantages to using CassetteAI.com. Now, I don't think it does vocals, as far as I'm aware, from what I've been looking into. But it does, you know, occasionally do really good job of instrumentals. So, okay, let's have another check. This one's calm music inspired by synthwave, electronic style, synthesizer melodies, and a relaxed tempo. So it's just going to build that now. Okay, what I will also say is that the countdown is quite accurate. In fact, it's very accurate. A lot of tools, you're left hanging, and you've got little information about, you know, how long something is going to take, whereas this, for a 20-second song, took 30 seconds, and it was spot on in timing. So let's check this calm track, inspired by synthwave, electronic style, etc. That's better. Ooh, I like that bass synth then. I was hoping it was going to repeat, but it didn't. Okay, I really like that. I think that's got a lot going for it. However, it is just a 20-second kind of demo, really. But if I hit that button, is it just going to repeat it? Yeah, it's just repeating it. So what you can do is you can create a variation. But let's have a look at mix and edit. Oh, it says it can only be made by me because it wasn't a completely customized text prompt and I just ran with it. I can't do that. Will it let me create a variation? Yes, it is. So this is going to take 48 seconds, so I'll just let this run through. Okay, so we've created our variation. So let's have a listen to this one. Okay, I thought that was a very good variation. You're able to like it if you do like it. And as you can see, you can modify the text prompt. You can create another variation, you can share it, you can export it. Obviously, if you export it, what you need to be able to do is upgrade to the Pro version, which is just how it is really. If I go back to Profile, which is something I haven't done so far, you're able to actually see your own music that you've created on here and any favourites that you've liked as well. So this is all of the generations that I've done so far. You can search as well, which can be quite useful. Tells you how many creations, 3 out of 7 is allowed. And if I just click on favourites, because I've only liked that one track, then I'm able to just see that on the screen. So that's quite useful. Let's have a look at the mix and edit functionality. Oh, okay. So on here, we're able to move various parts. We're able to trim it. We're able to zoom in and zoom out and even add tracks to it as well. So it just gives you a lot more flexibility. Again, if you're a producer and you want to adapt what it's generated, then you know that's what you've got available to you. So trimming is obviously just trimming it. So like I can just go there and trim it if I want to. There's no undo button. That's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? I really feel like we could have done with a undo button. Let's just have a quick look at Profile again. There we go. We got it back. We've got it back. See, again, there's no save button either, is there really? If I have a look at add tracks, I'm able to add the other tracks in to what this track is. So that could be quite interesting. Again, if you're just producing drums and then you've got a synth, maybe you can put the two together. You'll just have to experiment with it. Now, if I have a look at the settings, there is a Discord channel that you can join. The AI model can be switched from music to SFX for sound effects. There is a private mode on here, so that's defaulted as off. It may change if you've subscribed, but if you do subscribe, make sure you check that out first if you don't want other people to see your generations. There is a night mode as well. Auto refine prompts. I recommend that that's left on because the tool normally adapts the text prompts to make it easier. And then you've got the music duration here, which is set to 20 seconds. But as I said, if you subscribe, then you're able to go up to 5 minutes on here. It's got the seed number on here, which you can choose yourself. So if there is a track that you really like and you wanted to use the same kind of generation seed and you know that number, then you're able to put that in here as well. I did want to check out the sound effects segment because if you are a producer and you've got a particular sound in mind, then this could be a great way of actually producing that and then owning the royalty of that sound effect, which I thought would be a fantastic idea. So let's see if we can create our own. Now, there are some examples down the bottom, like applause. I imagine that's going to do a very good job. But I wanted to put in a Dalek from... Daleks? No, Dalek. From Doctor Who. Because I just want to understand from the TV series Doctor Who. I'm trying to establish how advanced this generation tool is. So we've got private mode again on the options, auto refine prompts, music duration. Sound effects is always 10 seconds, by the way. And you've actually got seed numbers for the sound effects as well. And you can refine on the right. So let's create that. On the top, it says 3 creations this month now. Seems to have updated for a bit more. Now, let's see how long this takes. Okay, this is going to take 20 odd seconds left. First, I want to understand whether the generation knows what a TV series of Doctor Who is. What has it been fed? Is it going to recognise what a Dalek is? Or is it just going to try and produce a Doctor Who theme tune? So let's see what it does here. A Dalek from the TV series of Doctor Who. This may not work, guys, but we'll give it a shot. Here we go. Oh, not bad. Okay, so that is not a Dalek as we know it. However, it's a interpretation of a Dalek. It was a bit mean for me to really do that. I mean, what the AI tool is very good at is recommending extra text prompts that you can include in your prompt. by just clicking on these options down the bottom. And the AI is very good at recognizing what you've put in there. And you can set particular durations as well, which I thought was really cool. Just these silences, but again, with the mix and edit tool, you're able to do that, aren't you? So let's try another sound effects. I want to really hear moaning. Moaning and laughing. Now, is it going to try and generate all of this together, or is it going to split them out for us by recognizing that the person's going to be moaning first and then laughing? So it'll be interesting to see this. If you've got any AI tools that you want me to check out, please let me know. Or if you're in Web3, let me know if there's any new platforms coming out. I like to specialise with music as much as I can because I'm a musician myself, known as Cyber Monday. I'm always on the lookout for new tools, which is why it's great to have this YouTube channel and to build a community. And it's great to hear off you all. Now, let's see what moaning and laughing actually sounds like, shall we? Here we go. What was that? I didn't hear much moaning. I wondered whether the laughing was actually crying. But, you know, it did a good job. Let's have a look at an 80s arcade full of kids playing Space Invaders. Gosh, I am very inventive this evening. It's amazing what a drink can do, isn't it? There we go. So let's give that a shot. So that's loading now. An 80s arcade full of kids playing Space Invaders. Is it going to recognise that you're in the 80s? That you're in an arcade? That the place is absolutely full of children talking over each other? That's normally the case. Playing Space Invaders, being very specific about that. So let's see what Cassette AI generates now. 10-second sound effect, which is the limit. Oh, there's a lot of noise on here. Okay, let's give this a shot. Okay, that was odd. Let's get rid of the kids. I like the fact you can refine these models. I think it's great. And an 80s arcade playing the Space Invaders game. Let's give that a shot. So this time we're telling it no kids involved in an ideal world. So an 80s arcade I'm playing the Space Invaders game. Now, obviously you can't expect it to do copyrighted material. So I wouldn't expect to hear an official Dalek from Doctor Who. I wouldn't expect to hear sound effects from the actual Space Invaders game, but I would expect to hear a good interpretation of it. And don't forget, this is the worst it's ever going to be. These generation tools these diffusion models are changing and upgrading and updating all the time, which is one of the biggest challenges of this actual channel, is the fact that I can feature a platform, whether it's in Web3 or in AI, and literally 1 month down the line, it can be completely different. And it is something that, you know, I can't keep updating all of the platforms as much as I'd like. But what I do try and do is feature the most revolutionary things that are going on in the space of AI and Web3 for music. Now, this is taking longer, maybe because of my connectivity, but let's just give it a second. And while we're waiting, a like to this video would be really appreciated. Okay, so it did generate. I had to go to profile to actually check it out. So here it is. Okay, that's creepy vibes. Sounded like a guy was whistling and there was a power cut. So this model has a bit of a way to go, but let's look where we were 2 years ago. Let's look where we were a year ago. Things have really come on, and I know this isn't like 100% yet, but the more that this diffusion model learns, the better it's going to be. I think what would be really good, and it may already do this because of the heart functionality, but to have a dislike or a like, which some platforms do have in AI, particularly with text prompt ones, would be useful, because then that can retrain the model to actually perform better going forwards. That way it's always continually improving. So that would be great to see. But yeah, I think it's a great tool. So there you have it. So I just thought it was a fantastic tool to feature on the channel, and hope you liked it. Let me know if you get to check it out yourself and what you're able to create with it. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.